Hey guys, I'm here putting a video together just to make a simple task of tortillas. Something that our mom taught us, and I wanted to pass this on. I thank Alex for putting this challenge out to us so we can kind of come up with some recipes of what our mother used to do. And growing up, we grew up with homemade flour tortillas. So what I did was I got myself something from Walmart. You can pick it up at Walmart. It's basically just add water to make these tortillas. So I want to go ahead and get started with that. And just like my mom, we really didn't use no measuring cup. So I'm going to put it in a small little, like something like a little cereal bowl, something like this. And I am going to pour some in there just so. And like I said, it's no measuring cup. And once I'm done with that, kind of just put that aside. Now we're just gonna have to add water. And though the instructions might tell you that add some, do some measuring cups, what I like to do is add warm water. And the reason why you want to do warm water is because sometimes when you use cold water, it leaves it a little rough and hard, and I want it nice and soft. So as while the water's heating up, I'm also going to put this basically in the container to keep it nice and warm. When I tell you to press pause, you can pause it. You pause it. All right, so I got my water. It's kind of not too steamy. It's a little steam, but it's not too hot. It's bearable where I can hold it with my hand. So I'm basically just going to pour this in, just so, not the whole cup, just to kind of get an idea of what I want to do and how sticky I want it to be, because it's going to be a little bit sticky, but not too sticky. And Grandma never really used a fork. I use a fork because it makes it a lot more cleaner, as far as me not having to get my hands all mixed up into the dough and then rewash my hands over and over again. As you see it kind of get all together, you can see it kind of stick all together, and as well as in the spoon. So you can tell that it's going to need more flour. So you just keep on mixing it just so. And at this point, you grab a handful of flour and toss it in there, because you know it's going to need it. And keep on doing the mixture over and over again. Now there is going to be a time where I am going to say, forget it, I'm just going to go for it and put my hands in there. And that should do it right here. Okay, let me lower the flame real quick because I'm getting the sartens ready. Okay, so now that I got the flour kind of like where I want it, and I know it's going to be a little sticky, not too much, because if it's too sticky, that means it needs more flour. Okay, so it's crumbling up to a ball, and it's picking up everything. Still need some more flour. Okay, I'm gonna let it fall out onto a clean surface, obviously. All right, and when you're done with your bowl, it should look something like this. Okay, so it's all crumbled together, and obviously it's going to need more flour, and this is what I did not want to do. That's why I use a fork. So I get some more powder, some flour, and kind of stick it in there, and see how it's kind of like not sticking to my hand so much. That's what I wanted to do, not to stick to my hand, but stick together. And I'm crumbling it up to go together. It is basically kneading it. This is what it's called, kneading. Possible. All right, so I'm turning it inside, and from the middle it's coming out, and this part's a little sticky, so that I throw it back on so I can pick up whatever's on the floor, and I keep on kneading it. And when I get to the middle again, right here, it's sticky. This is not so much. So I basically clean up whatever powder's straggling make it all stick together. See how clean my surface will be? All right. It's a little sticky still. I can add a little bit more powder or flour, I'm sorry. All right, I can feel it right now. See how it's not sticking to my hand. I can still feel a little sticky, but not too bad. Okay, so the key here, what I seen my mom used to do was she would put a tortilla, or I'm sorry, a towel over it. It could be a little damp towel, and she would let it sit. What I would do is, what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. And I'm going to make little balls of tortillas, but I'm going to put them into this little container to keep them nice and moist. Okay, so what I do is get basically, and I can feel it, it's a little sticky, a little ball yay big, basically bigger than double bigger than a boulder. Okay, I can add some more flour to it because as I'm separating it, I can still feel a little too sticky. Okay, so here I am, I'm pulling the next one out. Okay, my mom used to have them ready like this, so forth. You could do that, but I'm just making little balls right now and then putting them in there into my little container. The reason why is because I'm going to get back to it again. So as you can see, she would make her balls about like this, and she would do that. But I'm just bypassing all of that, just so I can make that tortilla for you. So the ball is yay big. It's bigger than a golf ball, but smaller than a tennis ball, obviously. You don't want it too big. Okay? And we're almost there. It's still getting a little sticky, so I'm gonna probably need some more flour. And it's okay if you got a little mess right here. Believe me, in the beginning, it was all over my clothes. Okay, little ball doesn't have to be perfect. This one can be one big one or two basically normal sized ones. Okay, there we go. We got two balls. So if you have to go away, I put them in here. I let them sit. Now, if you, for whatever reason you feel that this is too hard, the water was too cold, you can go microwave it for maybe about another 20 seconds. But this is perfect, room temperature. So I leave them right here. Okay, so I got my flour here just in case I need to add some while I'm doing it. If it's when I'm rolling it out with the pin, the rolling pin, if it's too sticky and sticking on the pin, that means it needs more flour. So I'm gonna put a handful of flour here just in case I need to grab some. All right, now Daniel, come around this way. I got two sartens ready right here. I got them at temperature of 6. I don't know if you're using an electric one, but you want it nice and hot, especially the first batch because it doesn't come out as cooked well. So if you need to get it nice and hot, it'll be perfect. So I got my rolling pin right here, and my mom would always make sure it's powdered up so there would be no stickiness. Okay, so here we are. I got powder on the floor right there, and if this is a little sticky, it's okay. I'm gonna put some powder on it. The powder kind of helps it not stick to my rolling pin. Now, I personally do not like a rolling pin. My mom was always creative. She would use basically a stick that she felt that was good with her, like a skinny one, and I did the same thing. This actually was not, it was a brand new plunger, so I removed the plunger head and I used this stick. Okay, so I think we're ready to go with this, and as you can see, that's going to be burning, and you can set it down there. Now you can videotape that one, but I got my next one going at the same time. That's why I got two sartens. Now see that bubble up right there? See that bubble up? So right away, I flip it, okay? And that's the key. Don't wait too long because then you don't want it to burn. But the key to my flour tortillas that I think I kind of perfected, this particular brand keeps it nice and soft. It could sit here, ready to go, ready to be eaten. 2 hours later, it'll still be nice and soft. So while I'm doing this, I can start doing more tortillas. So this one, a little sticky. I'm running out of powder. I could add more powder to it. And while I'm rolling, my right eye is looking at that tortilla, making sure that when it bubbles, I'm there for the churn. And there you go. Lo and behold, made the churn. So if you're fast enough, then you can start working these two sartens. Here's the next one. Okay? And you just flip it once over, and you just start working like a machine. Now, when you can feel it, it's a little sticky. I throw the ball in there, powder it up, and here I go. Okay, bubbles are coming up. This one's ready. So lay down here. This one's bubbling up. I flip it over. So my mom used to always do it by hand, but like I said, I think there was room for improvement where I just flip it. I don't want to burn myself. I've seen my mom burn herself many times. I go, and if there's an easier way, it's because she taught me that there's an easier way. All right, next tortilla coming up. So you just basically become a machine while this is going on. Okay, pause it. All right, I'm gonna finish up with these tortillas right here. So basically, I just flipped this one over right now. It's almost done. But the key is here, when you're done with them, there's a plate underneath. Get yourself a nice little dish towel basically. You can damp it, I personally wouldn't. And just keep it nice and warm this way. But I'm really sold on this particular brand that you can get at Walmart, because it does its job. And like I said, you can finish it up, warm it up in the microwave. You want to reheat it, and it's been good for me. But the key is to make sure the water is nice and warm when you're mixing up with the dough. So I hope this has been a blessing to you. Alex, I want to say thank you for putting this idea together, and I'm sure you're going to get some recipes. But we have all this technology, you might as well just use it, and hopefully this helps. God bless you, your family, and peace out.